And we are live, guys, out here at the intermodal facility in San Bernardino. Been audited a few times, and every time they do, they're told to go away from a public space. So we just have to keep educating people until they understand that, oh, they're allowed to do that under the First Amendment. Yeah, freedom of the press. But since it is Coronavirus Day, I wanted to see how many people are out today. And it seems like it's just a normal everybody's out day. Nobody's staying home. But nobody is staying home. So, I don't know. I think the governor was just requesting it. I am doing my social distancing, though. I'm keeping away from people. You think it's a hoax? Let me flip this around so we can do our audit. Yes, trespassing means on that side of the fence. This is a pedestrian thoroughway here. See, that's a city box. That's a city thing. So, city water and gas there, utilities, whatever. That's why this fence is here, so that pedestrians can walk through here. Sometimes people don't understand that. They say, you're on our property. No, I'm not. I'm on city, San Bernardino Valley Water District. So, it's the BNSF Railway. How many have been following the CCW furry potato saga? Sort of kind of entertaining, isn't it? All you troglodytes following the frauditor. Yeah, okay. You know, whether we agree or disagree with First Amendment audit of churches and so forth, she still has the constitutional right to do that. So we may not agree with it or what have you, or think it's a good audit. Doesn't mean that we're saying she doesn't have a right to do it. Of course she has a right to do it. Everybody has a constitutional right to free press and free speech. Ive Peters is here. Yeah, sometimes people exercise their constitutional rights and we don't agree with that, but like free speech, they can say, you know, they can call you a dirty pedophile. You may not agree with it, but it's free speech. You know? You may say, I don't agree with you calling people that. Well, that's free speech still, you know? So we don't always have to agree on what people do, but the one thing we can agree on is it's their constitutional right to do it. So it is Furry Potato's constitutional right to go to San Diego and do First Amendment audits. But, and you know what's funny about CCW too, is that he will go, this is my hood. You don't come to my hood and disrespect me. And I'm like, aren't you a constitutionalist? Like, don't you believe in the First Amendment? So that's not your hood. That's the city of San Diego. That's a public city road, a thoroughway. That's not, you know, CCW's road. So these people are looking at me real hard. Look at this. So we're doing a First Amendment audit. I'm going to stay here a while. This one might be a little longer. See if anybody comes out. And it's the intermodal facility. This is gate 3. Gate 3. Where's gate 1 and 2? I know there is a gate down there. It's kind of boring, though. It's not manned or anything. Nobody, the only people that go out down there are the truck drivers. Nova guy is here. Yeah, the only people that go down there are the big rigs from the, like those right there. So this is the place to audit right here. Make sure that they do respect our right to free recording, that we are in a public space. That's why it says no parking on that street pole, because we're in the city. That's why there's a fire hydrant right here. I know people say, well, sometimes fire hydrants are on private property. Right, but not with gas meters and San Bernardino Water District meters and manhole covers. And we're in the city. So we are outside of their property. We are not in their property. We are not going to go onto their property. I'm not going to trespass. Because once I walk up there in the property, I've trespassed. And then, of course, people say, Mike Stevens is here. People say that, well, they have to ask you to leave first. Well, they say that, but the cops are going to be like, well, they said you were on their property, so we need your ID. They're going to do that. And then they're going to arrest you if you don't. But I have not walked onto their property, and so I could tell the cops I have not broken any laws. Kick rocks. Kick them hard. Kick them long. Here's a car. Employee parking only here. I am keeping a sociable distance. And I did on my earlier audit this morning, too, at the Omni bus line in San Bernardino. That live stream is probably finished processing now. I just uploaded it. She was very polite, the guard there. The one did a cam back, and she kept cam back at me like she wouldn't stop. And I had my iPhone in front of my face so that she couldn't see my face. And the second one was a little bolder. She came out and said, hey, can I get your name from my report? And I said, yeah, good citizen. No, your name. Yeah, it's good citizen. Then she asked me what I was doing, and I told her, I said, I'm just out here recording the bus line to see if they're running, coronavirus. She goes, oh, no, they are every 30 minutes. The omnibus in San Bernardino is running every 30 minutes. So then I left because I figured it wasn't going to be anything after that. I mean, once they're polite like that, that's usually the end of it. They're not going to call anybody or... So this guy stopped. Oh, he's got to open the gate right there. But I thought I was in the area. I thought I'd come by here and see if the railway is running or if they've shut this down as well. It looks like all the truck drivers are working. So they haven't stopped the truck driving. So if somebody comes out here and asks what I'm doing, I'll just say coronavirus. No, maybe I shouldn't say coronavirus. Maybe I should say, do you have coronavirus? If so, please stay back. Need more is here. Yeah, if they stop the truck driving, then all the food and all of that, how are they going to stock all the stores? The grocery stores, the markets. CB, yeah, they say that this is a hoax virus, but I don't know, man. People have died. People have died from it. Oh, this guy's over here staring at me. So let's film the gate here. Yeah, people have died from it. So I don't think it's a hoax. Oh, I was going to say, you mentioned Hollywood. Yeah, I know somebody in New York that he's a truck driver and works the cameras for CBS. And he said all television shows have been shut down in New York. Thank you for that. That was a super chat. Thank you for who that was. Oh, Memo. Thank you. But yeah, he said he was telling me that he's out of work right now because all television broadcasts have shut down in New York. He said they're doing no movie premieres. He said even the movies being filmed in New York, they shut down. They packed up all their camera gear and they're waiting for this thing to be over. So I guess there's going to be no movies or TV shows in New York. Yeah, you see the news story where Trump, someone took a picture of his speech and he had drew, it was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he had drew in black marker on his document protector across the word corona and wrote Chinese. So he reads it as Chinese virus. It was literally, I'm not joking you, and it didn't even look like it was like, photoshopped or anything. It looked like he literally took a black marker, a Sharpie, and drew a line over corona and wrote Chinese. So it's Chinese virus. That's our president, guys. That's the POTUS. So Jimmy Kimmel was saying that even Trump's speechwriter was like, I am not writing that. I'm putting coronavirus. Like, no, Mr. President, I'm not putting Chinese. Fuck that. So he went and changed it himself. Even the speechwriter's like, I'm not writing that shit. That's kind of funny, man. But, yeah, Trump blames China for this. And I was reading about the coronavirus, and it said something about how meat being sold on the wet market may have caused this, the beginning of this. So it was from meat in China that was sold on the wet market. And it may have caused a viral infection that we now know is COVID-19. Now, I also saw on Facebook, someone shared it, and I shared it, a newspaper clipping from January 27th, I want to say, 2020. It was when Kobe Bryant was fatally injured in the helicopter crash. And in the newspaper, it has the Kobe Bryant story. Next to it, it has a story about COVID-19. This is in January. There's a story about COVID-19. So they knew about this in January. I didn't know about it until like late February is when I first heard the term COVID-19. But apparently in January they knew about it. So, not sure. But it was in the newspaper. They were looking for some type of antibiotic or something. I forget exactly what it said. But it did say it was about COVID-19. And I was like, so they've known about this for almost 2 months now? Like, we didn't think it was going to be a scare? And the whole nation now, well, the whole world is affected. Idris Elba has it, he says. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. So I even saw one guy, I don't know if it's still up, but he had a YouTube channel that said, I am COVID-19. I think it got taken down. Doesn't look like anybody's going to stop and say anything to me. I'm sure they would. Especially since it's daytime. It is Friday. Friday the 20th. And but nobody's really saying anything. I don't think anybody really cares. I'm kind of filming around, acting like I'm recording stuff. This guy pulled out and then went into the employee parking. He went right into the employee parking. Where did he go? Oh, he's right. Here he comes. He's coming around. He's looking. He's looking. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Whenever I'm acting free, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Almost have to record from a tree. Up jumped the monkey from the coconut grove. I saw a man watching me while he drove. He parked over in the other parking lot. He asked me about my camera and said, "What you got?" It is getting warm out here, man. I got a jacket on. Show you guys. And it's getting warm. It was cold when I left. It's really cold when I left, but now it's getting really warm. So what's this dude doing? Dude, you're on the wrong side of the road. Look at this guy on his radio. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at, he's going to cause an accident. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, don't do it. This motherfucker going to cause an accident, yo. What the fuck is he doing? Look at this dude. He's holding up all these trucks. This fucking idiot. He did all that to back in. All he had to do was pull in and drive around. Holy crap, I thought he was gonna cause an accident, yo. Okay, for some reason my comments were posting, so I'm catching up. He said Tom Hanks is clowning the sheep. Yeah, Tom and Rita were in Australia. I done. So, yeah, Tom and Rita were in Australia. He asked me what I'm up to. I'm up to 6'4" now. Let's get his license plate. Okay. He asked me what I'm up to. I'm up to 6'4". Should have said that out loud, huh? Look at this dude parked here. So that dude, he could have pulled around. Instead, he stopped in the middle of the street here. Almost caused an accident. Look at this guy. So they have to back in like that? They can't pull in and pull around? That's weird. Let's go over here and film through the fence. I guess it's easier to back in like that, huh? But that dude pulled out in front of a truck that was rolling, man. That's cray-cray. The dude's on the phone over there. He's watching me. Peekaboo. If he comes over here, I'll unplug the mic so you guys can hear too. Although I don't know. He might not even be talking about me. He might be talking about work. But I thought he had stopped because of me, and maybe he did, or maybe he just stopped to back in right there. But that was a little hairy, man. He had that truck coming, and that intermodal truck didn't stop. Yeah, right, Paul. They'll arrest me for sure. You already scratched my cheek. When that rail guy was sitting there in his car, I scratched my cheek. Well, it itched. I mean, you know, my face was itching, so I scratched it. But we're going to get contact, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug the mic. Maybe not. No, maybe not. Yeah, because if I unplug my mic, you guys can all hear what's being said. The downside is you can barely hear me at that point. That's why I'm plug my mic back in so you guys can hear me. So I was watching last night, and I'm going to tell you how stupid I am. This is how stupid I am, and I feel stupid. So there's a lot of fires, or I don't know if the fires are still going on in Australia or not. But I guess Rick Springfield and Richard Marx were doing concerts over there to raise money for the fire victims. So they interview Rick Springfield, ask him about, doing concerts, and he goes, I feel bad. I can't do an Australian accent. I'm going to try, But he was like, I feel bad for all the fire victims here. I'm sound more Russian. But Rick Springfield started talking, and I go, why does he have an accent? Is he trying to act Australian? So I went to Wikipedia, and the guy was born in Sydney, Australia. I thought Rick Springfield was total American. I really did. But he was sitting there talking with an accent, because I always heard him sing. I never really saw an interview with Rick Springfield where he talked. I've always heard him sing. So I'm watching this interview, and he's talking with an Australian accent and going, yeah, mate, it's, me and Mark's are doing our shows all across Australia. And I'm like, this motherfucker's Australian. Actually, they don't use shrimps. They use prawns. Put a prawn on the barbie. I've got a prawn on the barbie and a Victorian bitter. That sounded Irish. But yeah, they have prawns on the barbie. But yeah, I was like, Rick Springfield's Australian? Really? And then they started showing like his band. I guess he was in an Australian band like years ago. I always try to do Australian. My favorite line is, "He's full of piss and vinegar, mate." Or, "That drongo is full of piss and vinegar, mate." And I've tried to do that for other Australians on YouTube, and they just look at me like, "Really, dude?" If you haven't heard of Angry Aussie, he's in Australia. He's a great YouTuber. I watch his Facebook streams and his YouTube videos. So that's Angry Aussie. Joe Streff is here. Yeah, I've only had one person ask me what I was up to, and I said 6'4". I did the omnibus line earlier, and one guard gave me a cam back, and the other one asked me for my name. I said, "Good citizen." Then she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just out here. We're wondering if the buses were running today, coronavirus." And she said, "Yeah, San Bernardino is running their buses every 30 minutes. So I think we're just about done here because nobody said anything. Normally security will come out and tell us that we need to leave. But everybody who sees my camera slows down. It's so funny. He stopped up there. There's cameras everywhere in America. There are people doing social media everywhere now in America. Facebook stream, live stream on YouTube, YouTube video, Twitter video, Instagram. And yet we come out and do a First Amendment audit. He did a U-turn and stopped right there. We come out and do a First Amendment audit. Everybody wants to know what's going on. Oh, I think he's for this guy over here. Hopefully he don't pull out a paintball gun and go, "Get out of here." Tonk, 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 tonk. Michael Malloy's show is here. We're doing a First Amendment audit at the intermodal in San Bernardino. So far, only one person asked me what's up. Oh, he pulled out a bunch of blankets. Is he going to be working on that truck or something? And it doesn't look like it. The railway is open. The omnibus was open. Doesn't look like anybody really cares. Nobody's coming out. He said, "Don't give them ideas." Thank you, Michael Malloy. Yeah, this dude, you have to go back and watch it at the beginning. Well, it was several minutes into it. One of these green trucks pulled out in front of a truck. He was driving the wrong way up this street. Then he pulls out in front of a truck going the other way. I'm in San Bernardino. And I think I'm just about done here because nothing's going on. Oh, he's going to pick them up and give them a ride. That's cool. Left some blankets there. Oh. No, they told him we're good. Catilla? Yeah, everybody loves Catilla the Hun. Who doesn't like Catilla? She did kind of make me a little upset when they were messing with the girl with autism. I kind of got upset at her for that. But that's not something to hate her for. I mean, nobody's perfect in life. I'm not perfect. I'm the last person that would be perfect. But that one thing, yeah, I got a little upset because I was like, the girl's autistic. Come on. Leave her alone, But Catilla really didn't mess with her that much. It was CCW. That dude, man, I don't know. He's got issues, anger issues. Oh, it's a good thing you didn't see that one. Because the girl came up. Well, first of all, she was walking into Jack in the Box. And I guess she always messes with him. She actually got him arrested for terroristic threat. And so weeks later, he's seen her walking into the Jack in the Box. And he goes, really loud. And then when she looked at him, he goes, hey, how's it going, hon? And then she walked down towards the sidewalk where he was at. And he's like, don't you get near me, I'll knock you the F out. And she's like, what? And he's like, she's like, what'll happen? I'll knock your teeth out. And then he was the one that started it. He was the one that first, he's putting a seatbelt on. This guy's putting a seatbelt on. He didn't have his seatbelt on. But apparently she stands there in front of him and CCW just berates her. And you can tell by the way she's talking that she's slow. I'm getting a cam back, so I put the phone in front of my face. Oh, did I catch the cam back? He was giving me a cam back. I don't know if I caught it or not. But, yeah. So. Now where's he going? But yeah, CCW just berated her. And you can tell by the way she talks that she's handicapped. News Now Houston. I'm going to have to look that one up. I know he got detained. He was arrested, but I think he was let go right away. What video was that I was watching? When, yeah, I think he got handcuffed for not giving ID, but I think they let him go once they ID'd him. And what got me was, yeah, it was News Now Houston. And what got me was he never said the code. They said, the cop goes, well, you're being suspicious. And News Now Houston said, no, I'm not subscribed to him. It popped up on my recommended thing. And I said, News Now Houston arrested. What? So I clicked on it. But the cop said, well, you're suspicious. And he said, well, is that a misdemeanor or a felony? And he's like, well, I have to do an investigation. This is a field investigation, so I have to ID you. Otherwise, I'm going to have to arrest you. And he wouldn't give ID, so he got arrested. But he never pushed the I haven't committed a crime or I'm committing a crime thing. I wonder why he didn't bring that up. Unless News Now Houston wanted to get arrested, and then push him that far and then say, see, now you unlawfully arrested me. Maybe that's what he wanted. So, But like he never brought up, well, I'm not committing a crime. I don't have to ID in Texas. Oh, yeah, Michael Malloy, Coachella Valley, he commented on my Palm Springs First Amendment audit, and he said, yeah, I noticed, why don't you come back down here to Palm Springs, huh? Are you scared? I'm like, scared of what? It was a First Amendment audit, dude. But it was funny. I was like, what did I do to this guy? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm coughing because of the cold, not because of the virus. I had pneumonia in 1989. I guess it got really bad when I had it back then. And so now when there's like a cold breeze and there's a cold wind that's now started in the trees here, it's like a sharp frosty breeze. It aggravates my lungs and I cough. That's why you guys hear me cough all the time, usually at night. Because especially if there's a cold breeze, like one of those crisp, icy breezes, it aggravates my lungs. Because I had pneumonia, and I'm guessing that it did something to my inner lining of my lungs. But I also used to smoke, so I'm sure that didn't help. But yeah, my coughing is from the inner linings of my lungs. It's not because I'm sick. That's why you hear me cough in the winter really bad, because it gets so cold outside. So I didn't want to walk all the way up because there's a car coming out right here. Mrs. K-Man is here. Hey, so what's up, Abdul Aziz? It is good to see you, sir. Blessings. Yeah, I thought I was going to go a day without an editorial, but apparently a cop in New York now is being charged. And what's up, Aussie Dingo? And that editorial was uploaded a little late because I fell asleep while editing it. I fell asleep at like 8:30 and I slept to almost 11 o'clock. That dude came back by. He came by earlier. He's probably recording me with his phone. How long is this live stream so far? 38 minutes. Not bad. How Con? U.S. Department of Transportation. What's up? Oh, CCW cracks me up. He's like, I'm telling you, all you troglodytes. I can't do it. All you troglodytes, you want to follow Furry Frauditor? You want to follow Furry Frauditor? You want to follow Furry Frauditor? Huh? What is wrong with you? Following Furry Frauditor. What's up, Coachella, buddy? He cracks me up. He's like, tell you what, you get near me, I will knock your teeth out. And don't follow Furry Frauditor. All you stupid people in the community, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I like when he does the Nicolas Cage. And I was trying to remember what he says. There's a moment when he'll have what I call a Nicolas Cage moment. I'm trying to remember exactly the term he uses when he says it. I'll just say it doesn't make sense. He'll be like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And he sounds just like Nicolas Cage, man. It cracks me up. He's like, you people are so wrong. You are so wrong. You are so wrong. He sounds just like Nicolas Cage. I'm like, look at that. CCW is having a Nick Cage moment. It cracks me up, dude. I'm not anti-free speech. I just think he's funny. Why would I be anti-free speech? But I loved when he got mad at Kat and he had to go to bed and he's like, do you not understand? And he was like banging the top of his head like Rain Man. I don't block comments. No, I don't block comments. Here's what happens so you guys know. No, I don't block comments. I know some people have commented and then said their comment's not there. And I know why, and I'll go look and see. If you commented, I'll go check it out when I get home. I have to do it on my computer. I can't do it on my iPhone. But I've had people comment and say, my comment's not there. I don't know. And when I go on my computer, you go to the Creator Studio, and you'll see your comments in the community section. And there's a thing called spam and hide comments or something like that. And I have to click approve, and then they pop up on the video. Yeah, it is YouTube. They do that. If you use the F word, I've noticed they do it. People that use ethnic words, I've seen it do it. Like some people say, well, Trump has a wall going up for all the Mexican people coming here. It'll block that comment because they use the word Mexican, I've noticed. And then I've had people go, dude, I just commented on the wall and there's nothing there. So yeah, I've done that, and then I approve them. I know it's dumb. But it's YouTube's algorithm. The theory behind it is that they can get rid of hate speech, racial and stuff, and it's like, you know what? You just messed up all the comments now. So anytime YouTube tries to do something, they throw out the baby with the bathwater. No, technically it's not because it's their website. But most of the comments are there for me under the spam or waiting approval, and I just usually click approve on all of them. And I go back and check, and I'll see, and sometimes, there's comments are there, and I'm like, there it is. I do remove some comments. I know, Joe, I'm open to disagreeing with people, but the comments I do remove are ones that I think could get me in trouble. Like one guy, he commented on one of my editorials. He said, someone should hunt this cop down, put a gun to his head, and put a bullet in his brain. And I removed that comment because I thought, if something happens to that cop, I don't want people saying that I condone that or advocated for it. Because the nature of my editorials is to expose bad cops. So yeah, sometimes comments like that where I might think that it could come back on me in a liability issue, I'll remove those. Like people say, someone should take a bat to that cop and beat him until his skull breaks open. I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. That's true, Michael, but you still want to allow free speech. I mean, we are here to allow people to say what they want, good or bad. It's just anything that might, border a liability issue, I'll remove it because I don't want to get sued if something actually does happen to that cop. Be like, holy crap, thank you, Memo. So, but I don't mind people disagreeing with me. Not everybody's going to agree. If we all agreed all the time, then we would all look the same, walk the same, and it would be like a bunch of clones, Plus, I've actually had people say stuff in disagreement, and I go, you know what? That's true. That's true. You got a good point. Sí. Buenos días. She was cussing me out, wasn't she? I don't know if you guys even heard her, but she was yelling in Spanish at me. She raised her voice right when she came by me. So, hablo poquito español. Comprendo poquito español. Yeah, I heard someone say, opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's got one and some stink more than others. Thank you, Terry. Awesome. Yeah, I think we're just about done here. Like nobody's really saying anything. Although we are having a pretty good discussion. I know people really get upset when I mention furry. I mean, they're like, but you know what? Furry has the right to her First Amendment audits, but I don't know that I would audit a Muslim temple and then when they come out to ask me what's going on, say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I don't know that I would do that. Terry, I am in San Bernardino. Yeah, Furry's gonna catch one someday. I mean, and I do watch her videos. I kind of like her audits, but sometimes she pushes that envelope, man. I'm like, you know what? There's a difference between a First Amendment audit and just pushing people to get a reaction. And what like people don't realize, because people were saying Allahu Akbar means or something about destroying something. I said, no, it means God is great. That's all it means. It's like saying praise God. But I don't know that I would stand out in front of a Muslim temple and yell it during an audit. Yeah, she has the right to do it. I mean, I am glad that she's out here expressing her First Amendment rights. Has to do it. We need as many people out here recording stuff as possible. I mean, just record. Just grab your phone and start recording shit. But like I said, I don't know that I'd be yelling Allahu Akbar in front of a Muslim temple. Because even though that's not a racial term, it means God is great. That's almost like standing in front of a, black gospel church and yelling racial slurs, almost kind of like, you're pushing their buttons. Yeah, the gunshot was accidental. The guy was an idiot. He had his finger on the trigger and it just popped. He should have pulled his license, man. That's a scary mofo right there. Yes, Abdul sees it. Yep. And so, but a lot of people were saying that Furry was yelling a terroristic phrase. No, she wasn't. It's just attributed to them because they yell God is great before, they know that their life is about to come to an end in that action. Oh, I just got a low battery warning, so I think it's time to head back to the car before this thing dies. I'm probably down to 20% now. And that's the thing too, is that, you have to educate yourself too. I mean, and know that what Furry's doing isn't, or what that she's saying isn't. It's a phrase of worship, basically. So even in that, she's educating people. No, it still is. My wife has a Muslim family that she's friends with. And, before I met her, when she was going through hard times, the Muslim wife and her son, they were bringing her all kinds of meat and vegetables. I guess the lady said, "Oh, your freezer isn't full yet." And they went back and got a bunch of lamb meat and filled her freezer. But that lady, she says that as a form of praise. So I mean, it's not, everybody thinks somebody says that and all of a sudden they attribute it to something bad. And that's the problem when we talk about the word stereotype. We tend to stereotype people based on one thing that we really don't know what it means. It's better to educate yourself. That way you know what context it's used in and you go, oh, okay, I know what he's saying. Versus, oh my God, did you hear what that guy just said? We tend to put people in a category or a box based on something that maybe we don't even know what it means. Like you see Muslims walking around, with their garments on, and people automatically go, oh my God, look out, look out. And it's like, what? They're walking down the street. But we've gotten into this, and Americans are bad for it. We've gotten into this stereotypical, judgmental attitude where we just attribute people to something based on what we see, not really knowing what it means. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I'm going to cross right here. It's not jaywalking because there's no two intersections with controlled devices. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to try to get some more videos for you today.